Okay, we are recording. I'm going to get my slides up and we'll get rolling here. Okay, you should be able to see that. Can I just get some thumbs up from people if you can see the slides? Okay, awesome. Great. Let me just move this here. Okay, so welcome everybody. We are going to get started with this health chat tonight, which I'm really excited about. These slides are not mine. They are from Shaklee Corporation. Oops, I skipped a slide, but that's okay. I'm going to talk about this next. They're from Shaklee Corporation, and I know some of you are familiar, maybe some of you aren't, so we're going to talk a little bit about what Shaklee is. But the slides, so Shaklee is a natural nutrition company, and they put together these wonderful health chats for us to share. And it's just really easy as, somebody sharing Shaklee to plug into. And tonight we're going to share on a topic that I'm really, really passionate about, and that is women's health. And I'm passionate about that because I've been involved with health and wellness in that industry for a very long time as a music therapist. But that took me out of the house. And when I rediscovered Shaklee, and I'm going to share a little bit about that, I really loved the idea of inspiring and empowering people. And I work with a lot of women. So inspiring women to better health, to educating more on health and wellness and nutrition for themselves, for their families. And then also for some people who want to also do that and help to inspire and empower people and educate people, joining part of our team and sharing that as part of a side business, which is what I do. And some of you who are on the call. And if you're just joining us, welcome. Just please mute your screen, which is the bottom left, so we're not hearing background noise. But I'm glad you all are here. So tonight, I'm going to start a little bit with my story. Some of you have heard this before, but my story actually starts with my parents. If you guys want to mute, I hear some background noise still. It's just the bottom left. Okay, so my story starts with my parents, and that was in the mid-1970s. Before I was born, my mom was having some significant health issues. She's on the call tonight too, or the webinar tonight, and she was having some significant health issues after having my two siblings, and was starting to look for natural means to rebuild her health. And her dad, who is my grandpa, recommended she look at dietary supplements to build her health. And so she was really desperate to do that because her doctor was telling her she needed a hysterectomy, which she didn't want to have. And so she started to look at supplements. Nothing was really working. And then a friend of hers said, hey, have you ever heard of this company, Shaklee? They make really good quality supplements. It might be able to help you. So my mom was open, used the products, and over time rebuilt her health so much that she did not need the hysterectomy. And she ended up with a surprise pregnancy, and that was with me. So I grew up with Shaklee. I grew up with the supplements. I grew up with the natural cleaning products, which we're not going to talk about tonight, but that was what I had in my childhood. I never really thought about what a gift that was. I was a healthy kid, never really, took that for granted, as a lot of people do until you lose your health, right? And so it wasn't until I went away to college and I stopped taking the supplements. I just didn't see it as important. And I developed allergies and eczema and contact dermatitis and acid reflux and all sorts of health issues. I was on antibiotics repeatedly for sinus infections for the first time in my life. And I didn't put two and two together that, what I was putting in my body with food, not really exercising too much, and not taking good quality supplements, all of that was playing a part and really wreaking havoc on my health and on my immune system. And it wasn't until David and I, this is our family here, there's my husband and David and our two boys. Andrew is our older one, he is 8, and Benjamin is 6. It wasn't until Andrew was a baby that I started to think, I wish I had some safer cleaning products around my young son. And so I started to ask around what other parents, moms were using. And lo and behold, the same conversation that my mom had with her friend, have you ever heard of Shaklee? Well, yeah, I had heard of Shaklee, but I didn't really realize how good it was. And so we started to use the safe cleaning products, which we loved. And it was my husband who, he's a scientist, he's a pharmacist, he's a chemist, he's a research professor, and he actually specializes in dietary supplement research from natural products and pharmaceutical research at Ole Miss, where we are. They have the only natural products center in the country, and it's big, and they do a lot of really great research. And David was really intrigued by this company. And so he started to look at the science and was absolutely blown away by the top-notch medical journals, the science journals, the nursing journals, and there was over 100 of them. And as a scientist and a professor, he knows how hard it is to get published in a peer-reviewed top journal. So that really impressed him, and we started to use the products, him before me, because I was pregnant with Benjamin. And Benjamin, I was just following doctor's orders, taking a prescription prenatal, and Benjamin ended up, I was a very unhealthy pregnant lady during that pregnancy, and at 34 weeks gestation, 6 weeks early, he was born on a ventilator for the first week of his life. We were told he would have asthma, which I'm thankful to say that he does not, and he's a very healthy little guy. And during that time, it was really stressful, and my body was under so much stress that I had finally turn to the dietary supplements that Shaklee has to rebuild my own health. I was so desperate for that. I was really going through my heaviest weight, hormonal funk, really. And so I started to use some of the products we're going to talk about tonight and changing my diet and things like that. And through that process, I was able to turn my health around, and people noticed. I lost weight in a healthy way, in a safe way. I've been able to maintain that now for 6 years. And people were asking me, what are you using for your cleaners? What are you using for your vitamins? What are you using for your protein shakes? What are you using? Because you look good and it looks like you're feeling better. And before I knew it, I had a business. And that business has been a blessing for us. So it's really my pleasure here tonight to share some more information on nutrition, something that I'm just so empowered. I like to empower women in talking about. So tonight we're going to talk about women's health, and feel free to take notes, or we'll have time for questions at the end. And I want to start off by sharing a little bit of the timeline of Shaklee, because we know that there are many, many, many choices out there as far as dietary supplements and protein. And I'm not just talking about that tonight. We're going to talk about everything, nutrition and all of that, and how that plays a part in women's health. But I like to lay this out. I love this slide. I think it's beautiful, and it's very unique. There is no other company that has this spread of history, and then it goes along with the integrity and the science that really impressed David when we first got involved with Shaklee. But you can look here, back in 1915, Dr. Shaklee was the scientist that started the company, and he was the first scientist in the United States to make the multiple vitamin. That was our Vitalized Immunity, which today is our Vitale. We still have that. And then he was also the first scientist in 1960, way ahead of his time, to make the first biodegradable cleaning product. In 1961, he made the very first protein powder from the soy isolate, that's where all the protein that we see on the market today started from that. But the quality is not always there with other brands. You always have to watch what kind of ingredients are added, artificial things. And Shaklee has always, from the beginning, had this natural philosophy of everything being sourced from nature as God intended. And that does make us the #1 natural nutrition company in the United States, based on sales and other things. But Shaklee's been around for a long time, and we've been incorporated for 61 years now. Okay, let's see. So there's a picture of Dr. Shaklee, our founder, a young Dr. Shaklee. And like I said, he took everything in harmony with nature as God intended. And Roger Burnett is our wonderful CEO that bought the company in 2004. And even during all the recession that Shaklee has gone through, or the country has gone through, Shaklee has been doubling sales, more than doubling sales in that time period since Roger Burnett took over. Now, he is a wonderful visionary, taking the original philosophy of our founder and moving it forward to the present time. And we're really, really fortunate to have him at the helm. Purity and safety, beyond organic. People ask me all of the time about organic and that label. And I like to show this, that we go with our products, and we have over 300 products, beyond organic, which really reflects our belief that the quality standards go beyond how and where an ingredient's grown. We really look to confirm the purity. And that's really the key, guys, the purity and the potency of the ingredients. from the creation of the product to the delivery to the customer. And we do this by conducting over 100,000 quality tests. And we just had Dr. Bruce Daggy, the Chief Science Officer at Shaklee. He just visited Oxford, Mississippi, where I live, Ole Miss, and he came to lecture in David's dietary supplement class, to tour the Natural Products Center. He saw some FDA inspectors being trained here, which is kind of cool. And he was really impressed by everything that Ole Miss is doing. But he also gave a lecture or a class, I guess, a talk in my living room, which is really kind of cool. And he said that 100,000 quality test number is actually modest. It's actually closer to 200,000 quality tests now per year. And they screen for over 350 contaminants, pesticides, impurities on every new botanical ingredient. And this is way more than what's required by the United States Pharmacopoeia. Okay, so that really is unique to what we're going to talk about tonight. Like I said, David was so impressed by this, and when he was impressed by something scientific, I'm a musician. My brain doesn't think that way, so I really was impressed that he was impressed because I know him pretty well, and it takes a lot to impress him. But over 120 published papers and scientific presentations in top journals, and more than 70 patents and patents pending. That is a lot, and again, I see that firsthand by living with somebody who does this for a living, getting patents, publications, all of the research that he does. One of the studies I like to highlight when I'm sharing this, and I'm sharing all of this because when we go into the women's health section next, I want you to really have that background for what we're going to talk about with the dietary supplements that I'm going to talk about. We have some really cool specials on them for people who are interested at the end, just for Women's Health Month this month, which I'm excited about. And this study was really eye-opening to me, and I'm not a scientist, and then of course to my husband and other scientists. We call it the Landmark Study. It was done in 2007 at UC Berkeley, and what they were looking at is whether or not dietary supplements work, because there's some question on that, and for good reason, and whether or not brands do matter. And the epidemiologist who was leading that study came to Shaklee and said, listen, we want to know, you have this really great base and history of people taking your supplements, would you be a part of the study? So Shaklee was a part of that. We took a group that had over 20 years experience using some of the different supplements that Shaklee makes versus people who took no vitamins at all or supplements versus people who took like XYZ multiple vitamin from wherever they bought it, store-bought. And what they found here was across the board with all of the heart health markers from the American Heart Association, the Shaklee group was healthier just across the board. And that was really telling that supplements can work. Smart supplementation is what we call it. And brands do indeed matter. They do make a difference. I love this slide because it shows that it's not just me talking to you. There's many people, there's thousands and thousands of people who use and love Shaklee every single day. But among those are top athletes, Olympians that use and trust Shaklee. Now they have to go through strict random drug tests any time of the year. And many top athletes are scared to use supplements because of what could or could not be in them to show up as performance enhancing. And that has happened with some top companies that you would recognize. So it takes a while for an Olympian at that level to trust to use a dietary supplement. And we're really proud that more and more are joining the Pure Performance team, not endorsed by Shaklee. They do it because they love the products. They affect their training and their performance in their sport for the better. And we have over 137 medals now won at these Olympic Games. And then NASA also uses our hydration product and the supplements. And I heard these two wonderful astronauts, these twins, Scott and Mark Kelly, at our conference last year talking about using the supplements in space and what a difference that really makes for their overall health and well-being there. Everything that I'm going to talk about tonight, 100% money back guaranteed, proven. Just like to throw that in there so y'all know that. Okay, women's health. So there are different stages of a woman's life that we need different things nutritionally. And so we're going to talk briefly about all of these, from young adults all the way through healthy aging. So for young adults, these are women in their teens to late 20s. And this is, these are the years where they're establishing that foundation for their long and healthy life. And eating a diet based on, healthy fruits, vegetables, good lean protein, calcium is so important because bones are still developing the density through age 30. And so that's really, really important. Hydrating with water and not taking the sugary drinks in, and regular physical activity. Now, when I was in this age group, I wasn't doing a great job of all of this. I really wasn't. And I wish I would have known then what I know now. But that's part of my charge here, to help empower. And so if you know people, or you are in this age group, please share this information with them so they know how important it is now for them to be laying that foundation as they get older. Okay, so women on the go, late 20s to 40. This is balancing the exercise, the good nutrition, very, very critical during this stage. This is the childbearing ages, and it's so important. You're creating life, you're building life and cells inside your body, so it's so important. So when you're planning a family, really looking at a good prenatal vitamin with extra folic acid. Even before pregnancy, there's a lot of evidence how that can really help with things like spina bifida and things like that. And then, of course, during pregnancy, really essential for the health of that baby and for the mom. Multiple vitamins help to meet the nutritional needs, because baby takes so much if they are indeed pregnant, and maintaining a healthy weight. This is what I was not doing a great job of during my second pregnancy at all. I was already depleted from my first pregnancy, and my kids are 22 months apart. So it was, my body was tired and it didn't have what it needed. Weight-bearing exercise, really important for those healthy bones. Of course, avoiding smoking, alcohol in moderation, and not overuse of that. But of course, if you're pregnant, no alcohol. Need to say that. Okay, menopause, 40s to 50s, somewhere in that range. It changes for different women, but hormonal changes can occur as early as age 40 and as late as age 55 in this stage. And some of the healthy lifestyle habits, having, of course, the daily servings of soy protein, because there is some really good evidence. And I know soy can get a bad reputation. So if you need some good facts on that, let me know. I'll send some good stuff to you. That'll be good resources. But they can help to reduce the frequency and the severity of hot flashes, which many women suffer from in this age bracket or during menopause. Increasing calcium and vitamin D. So you really want to continue to maintain what you have with the healthy bones, and vitamin D helps that. It's kind of the mortar there. And managing stress and sleep. Often women have sleep issues because of the hot flashes and such. Managing stress and sleep, maintaining a healthy weight, so important, and many, many people struggle with that. And again, the weight-bearing exercises really help with heart health and bone health and all of that. Okay, 55 and beyond. This is really optimizing a woman's health during and after menopause. And this is also very important to maintain the annual exams for bone density and heart health. Omega-3s, those good fish oils, really, really important for heart health. And there's a lot of good evidence, because our fish source is not what it used to be. The fish are getting pumped with hormones and swimming in junky water, and they have, mercury and different things in their system. So they might not have the supply of omegas that you need, or that you might be getting other things that you don't need, like heavy metals. So using a good quality supplement is important nowadays. And also increasing calcium, vitamin D, managing stress and sleep, maintaining a healthy weight, and weight-bearing exercises, just like we said in the last slide. Okay, so across the board, women of all ages need a healthy diet. This is so important, and this is one thing I really love sharing with people. We have something called a Fresh Start Cleanse. It's a 5-week program that I'm not going to talk in detail about tonight, but we have another group starting at the end of this month. And what I love about that cleanse is it really helps to change mindset around greens, spinach and kale, and adding more, water and good things to your diet. So if anybody's interested in that or wants more information, I'm happy, or the person that invited you tonight can share that information with you. But in a healthy diet, you want a variety of foods, including 7+ servings of colorful fruits and vegetables, not juice. Juice often has a lot of sugar, right? So if you're juicing, that's okay. But if you're getting, the fiber from the skin of the fruits and vegetables, eating a lot of raw, if you can do that, and putting a variety of color on your plate, this is kind of pretty, but you're really getting a lot of extra, balance, cross balance of nutrients there. Getting plenty of whole grains, beans, legumes, lean meat, fish, poultry, non-fat or low-fat dairy, and soy foods, and selecting those healthy fats, eating more omega-3 fatty acids and monounsaturated fats like the good olive oil. I like extra virgin olive oil. Nuts, seeds, unsalted is better. You don't need the extra sodium. We get that in so many other places. avocado is one of my favorite places to get one of those healthy fats. And you just have to watch intake, maybe half of an avocado on a salad per day, or a quarter of one is all you need. And avoiding those trans fats and saturated fats. So really looking at labels if you're not already doing that. This is a little picture of the My Plate. That's a really great website to go to, myplate.gov, I believe it is, G-O-V. And that really gives you some insight into, kind of how to portion things out, or I'm happy to share that with you as well. I love, love, love this slide. If you've ever heard me share anything about this, you know that I love this slide. This is basically, as it says here, making healthy food choices every single day can be really hard. It's hard for me, and I love to eat healthy, but it's hard. And a good multiple vitamin can really help to fill in the nutritional gaps, because our food source is not what it used to be. We're filled with processed foods, on-the-go, fast food, convenience food, things that have artificial stuff added, dyes, sugars, all that stuff. Genetically modified foods is all over the place now. And so we're not getting the same nutrition as our ancestors did when they were picking food from their, the crops from the land, so to speak. So supplementing is really, really important. And that landmark study that I told you about earlier, that was done at UC Berkeley. From that, Shaklee scientists came together and said, what are these people taking? Okay, they're taking a multivitamin, which is this guy here. There's some omegas and some E for circulation, and they're taking some carotenoids for your antioxidants. Okay, that's there. And they're taking some B for energy and mood and stress. And they're taking some C for immune health. And they're taking a probiotic. Well, let's put that all together in this convenient strip, and that's called Vitalizer. And I love this product. I recommend it a lot. I take it myself. It's fantastic, and I highly recommend it. We have another version of this called the Life Strip. Some of you might be familiar with that. It's kind of a step up because it's got something for anti-aging in it. But this, for all intents and purposes, and most people, is a great, great product. Now, you would have to eat all of this stuff organically every day to get what you're getting in this. And it really does help to fill in the gaps, but it really helps to, helps with mood with a lot of different things. But I'm going to pause for a second. Miss Angela, do you mind if I put you on the spot and you unmute? If you don't want to, you don't have to, but I'm going to put you on the spot because before our call today, she came on a little early and we were chatting. And do you mind sharing, since you've been on the strips, how that's affected? You were mentioning allergies, and do you mind sharing just briefly about that?
Right. I feel much better on the Vita strips. I feel like I'm getting what I need. I have asthma and allergies, but I've been taking this and the Life Shakes with alfalfa, and I'm off of all my allergy medicines. I feel healthier. We didn't get sick this winter. It's been really great. I mean, what else can I say? It does what it says. I feel like I'm healthier, and I've gone through menopause, and I'm not as cranky as I would be if I had not been taking this. And
great. I love that.
Really great. So.
Love it. Thank you for sharing. I know I was putting you on the spot. Thank you for sharing that. There's so much benefit. And when I share the Vitalizer with people, I hear stories like that. One of my friends was saying that she noticed that the arthritis pain in her back was no longer bothering her. People will say, I'm not getting sick, or I get over my colds faster. It's not that we're not immune to getting sick when we're on vitamins, of course, that can happen, but it's definitely a shorter recovery period. So this shows here how this is tailored to all women of all ages. And we have a men's formula as well. But this one can be a prenatal or a really wonderful vitamin strip for people under the age of 50. And if you're over the age of 50, we have our Vitalizer Gold with or without vitamin K, which is wonderful. And all of this, as I was saying in that previous slide, comes in these strips. And you can see here, you're getting so much. And what I love about it is you get this. This is unique to Shaklee. This is our smart delivery system. And as you can see here on this little diagram, that it gets where each vitamin or supplement gets where it needs to be in the body before it breaks down for optimal benefit. I love to give the example of the probiotic. It gets all the way down to this little tiny little pearl. It's very small. My kids take this too. They don't take the strip, they take the kids version, but they take the probiotic separately. It helps constipation for them and immune health. It helps with a lot of things. And so it gets all the way down to the gut before it breaks down and releases that good flora. So, so important. So if you've been on medication, this helps to combat that because antibiotics kill both good and bad bacteria. Environmental toxins that we are all exposed to gets into our gut, messes with the flora, can make us more sick. If you're a person or you know somebody who has, like I was in college, repeated any kind of infection, I was getting sinus infections repeatedly. My gut flora was so off, and I didn't know. Like I wasn't paying attention to this, and so this can be off from food we eat, from environmental stuff, from so many different reasons. I think everybody should be on a good probiotic, and the OptiFlora, which comes in this, is just excellent. So I'm going to move on. So I love this slide too, because it also says, it talks about breakfast. And I don't know, I can't see all the pictures here. I guess I can't see all of you at once, but maybe I'll try to do this. Let me go back. If I can have a show of hands, oops. Going the wrong way, sorry. Show of hands, has anybody maybe used to or currently skipped, let's just say, has anybody skipped breakfast ever? You don't have to own up to it if you want to. I think most people on here are taking shakes in the morning. But if you've ever skipped breakfast, or you know people, like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, I'm going to skip breakfast because I'll just skip a meal. That makes sense. But when you think about it, it really doesn't, because your breakfast is your fuel. It's like your gasoline. You're going to take a long trip without fueling up first. You're not going to get very far. And for our bodies, we're going to feel more fatigued. We're going to get more sick. And maybe we're just eating like a piece of toast in the morning. Well, that's just carbs. We want to have a good balance, and a good protein breakfast, a good source of protein, can really help to fuel you. And the Life Shake, which is our next slide, is an excellent choice of that. I love this shake so much. For me personally, I've been having a Shaklee shake for the last 6 years. 6.5 years. And I don't get tired of it. It really fuels my day, but I love this because it helps with healthy digestion. It has some extra probiotics and prebiotics in it, helps with energy. It helps with healthy weight. For those of you who are looking for that, you can use it as meal replacements. It has something called leucine, which is shown clinically to burn fat but retain muscle mass. And I love this. It comes in several different flavors. And you can see here, it's free of anything artificial. And that's what you have to be careful with. A lot of people say, well, I take a protein shake. But when you really look at what's in it, it surprises some people. You know, some people just think, well, protein shake is healthy, but it's not regulated by anybody, by the FDA. So they can put artificial stuff in there. And I know one very popular company that tested positive for extra lead levels, which is very alarming. We don't want to have the extra lead or heavy metals. So you really want to know that when you're taking a good protein shake in, that you're getting what's on the label and something that's going to fuel your body. I was talking to a new customer in our group just the other day, and she was using a very popular company's protein shake for a while, and she said that she could taste the artificial ingredients in it. She didn't like it. That's why she was switching to Shaklee, and she just actually ordered today for the first time, so she hasn't tried it yet, but stay tuned. So we're non-GMO, very important, gluten-free, lactose-free, low glycemic, so it's not going to spike your blood sugar, and certified kosher. Really, really awesome shake. We have a new peach flavor that I'm loving, and it's a seasonal flavor. And so while supplies last, you can also get in on that. And we just got our shipment a couple weeks ago. My mom was visiting, and we really like it. I'm already through one of my canisters. It's good. Okay. So exercise, really, really important, and something that, you know, some people love to exercise, some people don't love to exercise, some people are in the middle. There's so many benefits, and we know that. It helps to reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, some cancers. It helps to maintain a healthy weight or help you to lose weight. Reduces the feeling of depression and anxiety. That's one that I think is overlooked by people who suffer with mood issues, that sometimes just getting out and moving or maybe going for a walk in the sunshine can really improve your mood. Builds healthy bones, muscles, joints, promotes flexibility and balance, which is really important, especially as we get older. So just doing 30 to 45 minutes per day of some sort of activity, especially aerobic activity, can help. and 3 days per week of strength training. Maybe having some little weights in your house, or if you have a gym membership, make sure you're using it. And if those of you who are in Shaklee as a member or distributor, if you go to the My 180 tab in your back office or in your member center, there's some wonderful, wonderful exercises that you can do right from home that are easy, and they're a good workout. I've done them. Okay, weight-bearing activities trigger bones to be stronger. This is so important. And for most people, bones reach their maximum density between ages 25 to 30. So if you're past those ages, you want to make sure that you're really maintaining what you have. And you can see here a picture of normal bone versus a more, porous bone that it has osteoporosis, which we don't want. Exercise and a balanced diet help to support this. And it really takes a combination of nutrients working together to help prevent bone loss. So calcium, really important, magnesium, phosphorus, vitamin D, and protein, they all work together for helping with healthy bones. Also, A, C, E, and B vitamins, vitamin K, other minerals like zinc, copper, manganese, and boron. Those are things that we should look for, that we want in our diet. And sometimes we really need that extra support in a supplement to fill in those gaps, because in our food source, most people, and I would probably argue pretty much everybody, it's very hard to do that. Really hard. So if we need to supplement with something, I recommend this to people all of the time. It's called It's called Osteomatrix, and it is a special blend of nutrition that has been shown clinically. These vitamins and minerals in this have been shown clinically to help minimize bone loss. And so you can see here the key benefits on the right. The right amount of calcium, vitamin D3, which is really important, and it's shown clinically to promote the absorption of the calcium in your body. So you want those two together. Magnesium, vitamin K, and those other ones that I just mentioned, the zinc, copper, manganese, that all help to aid with the bone mass. Really, really important. And most people are not getting enough. This talks a little bit about a study that was done where they showed you can see there in the middle, the clinical study of 3 groups: people that didn't supplement, that only took calcium, and took calcium plus a good multiple vitamin. And what they found in the results was that the multiple vitamin and the calcium together built the most bone. So that's really important to combine all of that we're talking about tonight. Okay, so stress. We all have that, right? I mean, that's just a natural part of life. And I think women, sometimes we take on more in different areas, and we have more stress in different areas. And, so many health issues can stem from stress if we're not managing that. Digestive issues, anxiety, compromised immune systems, sleep disorders, weight gain, hypertension, and heart disease. These all can be from, stress. And it can elevate the body's cortisol. And, when you're continually doing that, you're going to have long-term health effects that we really want to be cautious of. So how can we manage stress? Identify the stressors in your life. Schedule personal relaxation time, getting good nutrition, exercising regularly, sleeping more, and, adding in some of these herbs, ashwagandha and L-theanine. And Emily, do you mind de-stressing. Do you mind unmuting and sharing a little bit about your experience with something that we're going to talk about next? I'll pull up that slide, the stress relief complex.
Yes. So I have 5 kids, 4 of which I homeschool, and the 5th one is graduating from high school this month. And so it has been a very stressful time in my life, mixed in with recitals and all sorts of things. So I thought, well, why not just try some stress relief complex and see what it's going to do. And I will tell you that about half hour after I take 1, sometimes 2, I can really feel a difference. It's like I can just breathe again, and I have a little bit of a barrier. And it's been very helpful when the kids are very loud in those stressful moments, or when I have a day that's really full. I actually carry it in my purse. So if I can, I had some hormone imbalances and was feeling anxiety attacks. And I took the stress relief along with the menopause complex, and the 2 of those together took care of all my hot flashes and my panic attacks. So I thought that was pretty amazing.
That's really great. That's really great. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. it's a wonderful, wonderful supplement that works fast and it doesn't make you drowsy. And I think that all women, especially moms with little ones, should have this and keep it in your purse, keep it in your car, keep bottles around different places. Because, it's really a great, great supplement. You're not like dependent on it by any means, but I use it on days that I need it. And it's like you can see here, natural stress relief that you can take safely every day if you want to. And the blend of the clinically tested ingredients here designed to help support a calm or relaxed state without that drowsiness. And it has those herbs I was talking about. I'm going to backtrack real quick because I forgot to mention, oops, sorry, I'm going the wrong way. With the Osteomatrix, a couple of things. It's really important for bone density and all of that, but it also is great for teeth, keeping your oral health healthy, and it also helps with sleep. And I know my mom was talking before we got on that that with the vitamin D that's in there really helps with leg cramping and things like that. So just FYI, I like to take this one at night because it helps to relax the blood vessels and it helps you to sleep. There's a chewable form of this that I also give to my children that helps them to rest and sleep at night in a natural way. So it's a great, great supplement. All right, so moving on. So this slide just shows that, at different stages, there's a few different product recommendations, and really if you're interested in this, I'm gonna share some more specials at the end, but please talk to the person that invited you tonight so we can go in more in depth. In the interest of time, I'm going to move on just a little bit. But this is the one thing I really wanted to highlight tonight because I love this. This is something new that Shaklee came out with just for the month of May because it's Women's Health Month. We're about to celebrate Mother's Day this weekend, and it's a wonderful time to celebrate women and to highlight what we need. And I really commend you all for taking some time tonight to come on and learn a little bit more about your health, taking charge of that, and maybe sharing this with somebody that you care about in your family or friends. And so Shaklee put together this pack, and we've talked about these products tonight. They put together this Healthy Women's Pack with the Vitalizer Strip that we talked about, the Stress Relief Complex, the one can of the shake. You can choose from a few different flavors, including that limited time summer peach, which is wonderful, and the Osteomatrix, that calcium and magnesium. They put all this together with a really nice women's insert with some recipes and tips on exercise and all different, health information for women that can be beneficial for you. And this is a new pack. And for the month of May, they have it on a special price of $140. This pack is usually, I believe, $169 or $167, one of those two. I can't remember offhand. But it's a good savings, over a $25 savings on the member price. And for people, and I've mentioned membership a few times, for those of you who are on who don't know what that means, basically, Shaklee has something that is like a preferred customer club. So it's kind of like joining Sam's Club or Costco where you're always getting discounts and perks. But unlike Sam's Club or Costco, we do not have an annual fee. The fee is normally $20 one time, but that fee is waived with this pack and some other packs we have going right now. And with this, you're going to get all of this for $140 plus a free membership with all of the perks and discounts there. And also right now, which I'm really excited about, now through May 18th, you're also going to get free shipping on this kit or any $150 member price order, which is really exciting. Lots of savings for Women's Health Month, and I want to make sure that I highlighted that. So if you're interested in that, please talk to the person that invited you tonight to get in on that deal, and I highly recommend it because it really is a nice savings, great products, and it's going to be a really great place for you to start. And I always say to people, when you're starting out, if you want to start and change your health and add in a good product line like this, adding in the vitamins, minerals, and protein. That's what Dr. Shaklee always said was that foundation for good health. And this kit gives you that and more because you get that stress relief complex to help with those days you need that. So it's a really good benefit. But what I say to people is, take as directed for 30 days, but join us on at least a 90-day health journey. And the reason I say that is it's been my experience when people, commit for a few months to this and take as directed, that's when they really open up the possibilities with their health. They're feeling more energized. They're feeling everything. And they're really laying that solid foundation. Like if you were building a home, you would want to make sure you had that solid foundation before you built up from there. So I hope that all makes sense, but you can talk more with the person that invited you tonight because it really is a great offer. Now, also talk to the person that invited you today to take a look at the health print. I know some of you have done that. If you have not, it's a great, great tool that our scientists at Shaklee, including my husband, who's on the field science team now voluntarily, they put together this wonderful assessment tool. It just takes 5 minutes. It's 20 questions. And at the end, you're going to get your personal health assessment emailed to you. And you can talk that over with the person that invited you, or I'm happy to do that as well. And there's always some specials around the health print as well with free products and different things. So it's a really great tool for those of you who want to at least check out that part and get your assessment emailed to you. The last slide I have, use, share, build. I'm just going to close with this. When people want to get involved with Shaklee, and maybe there were some things that you heard tonight that excited you, or that you wanted to share with somebody that you care about, or you want to start on this yourself, there's 3 ways that people do that. They can become a member, like I was talking about with the Preferred Customer Club, and get a free membership with that Women's Health Pack, or a couple other offers that we have going right now. That is the use category. And some people decide, well, I'm loving these products, or I really think I have a good, friend base that could benefit from this too. I'm going to invite them to some of these health chats and get them started as well. And Shaklee will reward you with some thank you checks in the mail or on your direct deposit with that sharing category. So if you would just want to casually share and have this, just something to get a little discount on your products and things like that, we have that option for you. But for other people who want to build a business, maybe they're maybe that's you, looking to replace income, part-time, full-time income. Maybe you're looking for other benefits. Shaklee has wonderful perks that is not something I had on my radar to look for when I started this. I really just enjoy sharing. But through their benefits package, there are car bonuses that start early on in the plan. And David and I, we drive a Shaklee bonus car. We got that last year, and it's just a really nice side benefit of helping people. And there's wonderful trips. David and I have taken a few of the wonderful Shaklee trips. I was just in Playa del Carmen, Mexico last month with Shaklee. Everything paid for, red carpet, wonderful, and just a nice reward for helping people to build better health and to build a better financial future for those of you who are interested in that. And we have a growing, fun team. So if anybody wants to talk more about that, please reach out to the person that invited you, and we will be following up with you as well to answer questions and help. But I'm going to stop my screen share, I think. Let's see if I can manage this. And then I'm going to unmute, I think. There we go. I think I unmuted you. Oh, maybe not. Sorry, I'm still learning how to do all this. All right, stopping that. Stopping.